Tanggal mo lang. Okay. Ayos na. Aircon. Stable na. Stable na.
Strategy-based diagnosis. Successful diagnosis depends on using the same process for all problems and customer concerns to arrive at the root cause of the problem. The process is called strategy-based diagnosis. Many different things can cause an engine performance problem or concern. The service technician has to narrow the possibilities to find the cause of the problem and correct it. A funnel is a way of visualizing a diagnostic procedure. See Figure 1.1 at the wide top are the symptoms of the problem. The funnel narrows as possible causes are eliminated until the root cause is found and corrected at the bottom of the funnel. All problem diagnosis deals with symptoms that could be the result of many different causes. The wide range of possible solutions must be narrowed to the most likely, and these must eventually be further narrowed to the actual cause. The following section describes 8 steps the service technician can take to narrow the possibilities to one cause. Step 1. Verify the problem or concern. Before a minute is spent on diagnosis, be certain that a problem exists. If the problem cannot be verified, it cannot be solved or tested to verify that the repair was complete. See Figure 1 to 2. The driver of the vehicle knows much about the vehicle and how it is driven. Before diagnosis, always ask the following questions. Is the malfunction indicator light check engine on? What was the temperature outside? Was the engine warm or cold? Was the problem during starting, acceleration, cruise, or some other condition? How far had the vehicle been driven? Were any dash warning lights on? If so, which ones? Has there been any service or repair work performed on the vehicle lately? After the nature and scope of the problem are determined, the complaint should be verified before further diagnostic tests are performed. Step 2. Perform a thorough visual inspection and basic tests. The visual inspection is the most important aspect of diagnosis. Most experts agree that between 10% and 30% of all engine performance problems can be found simply by performing a thorough visual inspection. The inspection should include the following. Check for obvious problems. Basics. Fuel leaks, vacuum hoses that are disconnected or split, corroded connectors, unusual noises, smoke or smell. Check the air cleaner and air duct. Squirrels and other small animals can build nests or store dog food in them. Check everything that does and does not work. This step involves turning things on and observing that everything is working properly. Look for evidence of previous repairs. Anytime work is performed on a vehicle, there is always a risk that something will be disturbed, knocked off, or left disconnected. Check oil level and condition. Another area for visual inspection is oil level and condition. Oil level. Oil should be to the proper level. Oil condition. Using a match or lighter, try to light the oil on the dipstick. If the oil flames up, gasoline is present. Step 3. Retrieve the diagnostic trouble codes (DTCs). If a DTC is present in the computer memory, it may be signaled by illuminating a malfunction indicator lamp, MIL, commonly labeled check engine or service engine soon. Any code that is displayed on a scan tool when the MIL is not on is called a pending code. Because the MIL is not on, this indicates that the fault has not repeated to cause the PCM to turn on the MIL. Although this pending code is helpful to the technician to know that a fault has in the past been detected, further testing will be needed to find the root cause of the problem. Check and record the freeze frame information. This indicates when the DTC was set, and this not only will help the technician determine what may have caused the code to set, but also helps to verify the repair by operating the vehicle under the same or similar conditions. Step 4. Check for technical service bulletins. TSBS. Check for corrections or repair procedures in technical service bulletins (TSBs) that match the symptoms. According to studies performed by automobile manufacturers, as many as 30% of vehicles can be repaired following the information, suggestions, or replacement parts found in a service bulletin. DTCs must be known before searching for service bulletins because bulletins often include information on solving problems that involve a stored diagnostic trouble code. Step 5. Look carefully at scan tool data. Vehicle manufacturers have been giving the technician more and more data on a scan tool connected to the data link connector (DLC). Beginning technicians have often observed scrolling through scan data without a real clue about what they are looking for. When asked, they usually reply that they are looking for something unusual, as if the screen will flash a big message, "Look here, this is not correct." That statement does not appear on scan tool displays. The best way to look at scan data is in a definite sequence and with specific, selected for bits of data that can tell the most about the operation of the engine, such as the following. Engine coolant temperature (ECT) is the same as intake air temperature (IAT) after the vehicle sits for several hours. Idle air control (IAC) valve is being commanded to an acceptable range. Oxygen sensor O2S is operating properly. Step 6. Narrow the problem to a system or cylinder. Narrowing the focus to a system or individual cylinder is the hardest part of the entire diagnostic process. For example, perform a cylinder power balance test. If a weak cylinder is detected, perform compression and a cylinder leakage test to determine the probable cause. Step 7. Repair the problem and determine the root cause. The repair or part replacement must be performed following vehicle manufacturers' recommendations and be certain that the root cause of the problem has been found. Also follow the manufacturer's recommended repair procedures and methods. Step 8. Test drive to verify that the original concern is fixed. Verify that no additional problems have occurred during the repair process. Check for and then clear all diagnostic trouble codes. This step ensures that the computer will not make any changes based on a stored DTC, but should not be performed if the vehicle is going to be tested for emissions because all of the monitors will need to be run and pass. Return the vehicle to the customer and double-check the following. 1. The vehicle is clean. 2. The radio is turned off. 3. The clock is set to the right time and the radio stations have been restored if the battery was disconnected during the repair procedure. In addition, the data link connector (DLC) is a standardized 16-cavity connector where a scan tool can be connected to retrieve diagnostic information from the vehicle's computers. The normal location is under the dash on the driver's side, but it can be located within 12 inches 30 centimeters of the center of the vehicle. It can be covered, but if it is, then the cover has to be able to be removed without the use of a tool, such as when it is located underneath the ashtray. After following the 8 steps of the diagnostic procedure, this Toyota unit had been diagnosed that the number 1 spark plug is defective and needs to be replaced. It is recommended in the manual to replace all spark plugs at the same time.
Salamat sa panonood ng video na ito. Huwag kalimutang mag-subscribe at pindutin ang notification bell. JSY lang, at your service.
Ay, tinanggal mo yung okay. Ayos na. Aircon. Stable na. Stable na.